Shalom, shalom. First, I want to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being the Son of God, that's in the Hebrew tongue. For all praises to Yahweh in the name Yahweh Shai. And, I'm going to do a lesson on, enduring onto your own end. And everyone has their own end. Whether it's you never seeing death, because there's brothers who are in this truth who will never see death. And there's brothers who will see death because they laid down their life for this faith. They are martyrs. They are faithful unto death. Right? And, whatever the Most High will is for you, you have to endure unto the end, man. Right? Accept the fact, that you have to lay down your life for this faith, man. Through much tribulation, we must enter into the kingdom of heaven, man. Remember that. We have to go through it. Some of us is going to have to see death. Some of us has to give it a ghost for this truth, man. Give it a ghost, meaning lay down your life or being put to death. Because a lot of the apostles, they laid down their life for Mashiach. They were faithful unto death. And they knew that was their lot. Right? So endure unto your own end. Right? And this is, I want to touch on a little meditation I was in a few days ago. That's, Lord willing, it be a little bit edifying. But this meditation was going into martial law and Jacob's troubles, where the soldiers marching through the breadth of the land. They overtaken our people, putting them in concentration camps. Soldiers coming in like a flood with guns and ready to take out anybody. Like madmen. In 2nd Esdras chapter 16, verse 70 on down, it speaks about madmen sparing none. And these are that madmen, those soldiers that shall be in those days during martial law and Jacob's troubles. When all hell break loose. Right, those madmen is going to spare none. And I was meditating on it. And, and it was like a deep meditation. I was in my house. I knew what was going on. I knew what was happening. It was martial law, etc. I had me a gun. One of Esau's blessing, a sword, if you will. A gun. A modern day sword. And as soldiers were coming like a flood to my house to kick down the door and take me out with some, if you will, I was, somewhat protecting myself, take me out, or, trying to take me captive or whatever. But I were protecting myself with a gun. And, it seemed like I was, a little bit trained, because as they was coming, I killed one of them. I got away. And this is all in my my neighborhood. And I'm trained. I killed one of them. Going into this meditation, and then I know the neighborhood, by heart, man. So I went into one of these vacant houses. And as I was in these vacant houses, and I got out of death by way of protecting myself with a sword, I was sitting in this vacant house thinking, am I going to be doing this all the way till the end? Till Yahweh Shai come. And I had a feeling of, this is vanity, or this is unprofitable. It's not gonna work. What's the point? I had a feeling of that, right? And it made me think about, when the multitudes were coming to take Yahweh Shai and ultimately giving them into the hands of the Edomites, the Romans, which will lead up to his death. But I remember when the multitudes and Judas was coming to betray Yahushua, I remember reading that Peter, he cut off one of the multitude's ear, protecting Yahushua, trying to protect Yahushua. And I remember what Yahushua said unto him. And I'm going to pull out this precept. Right, Salak, you bear with me while I pull it out. Right, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 47. And while ye yet spake, lo, Judas, one of the 12, came, and with them a great multitude, with swords and staves, from the chief priests and elders of the people. Now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, Whomsoever I shall kiss, the same is he, hold him fast. And forthwith he came to Yahushua and said, Hail, Master, and kissed him. So this is the time when Judas were betraying Yahushua, man, and gave him out. And it says, And Yahushua said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come? Then came they and laid hands on Yahushua and took him. And Yahushua knew what what has to be fulfilled. And he knew what was coming up. He knew this act was coming, man. He knew that he was going to be betrayed, man. And it says, And behold, one of them which were with Yahushua, which were Simon Peter, right? It says, And behold, one of them which were with Yahushua stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck a servant of the high priest and smote off his ear. So Peter, trying to protect Yahushua, smote the ear of one of the people, man, that was trying to come against Yahushua. And that just, us in a way, for the brothers who, who don't, this is concerning you brothers who don't got no children or wives or anything like that. Try and protect yourself with carnal weapons. Right? Our warfare is not carnal, man, but spiritual. We don't need carnal things, man. If it's the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and we shall make it through the end. Right? So don't think or put your faith in these weapons, man. Remember the cup that you need a drink of in order to receive salvation, man. Can you, like Yahushua told the two brothers, can you drink of the cup that I drink of? Right, loosely paraphrasing. But going into it, can you drink of the cup that I drink of? Can you go through what I go through? Right? Can you go through this tribulation, this fire, this distress? Can you go through what Yahushua went through? And it says, I'm going to continue reading. It says, Then said Yahushua unto him, Put up again thy sword into its place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. So all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword, man. And in this meditation that I was doing, I was in a deep meditation. Right, I could visualize everything. Even in this meditation, I was meditating. In this meditation, I had a feeling of this is useless. I'd rather walk about, or I'd rather have no weapon and just be in the hands of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Whether, hey, I gotta be a martyr, or whether he, if his will, I shall stand to see the Son of Man. Right? Either way, you lay down your life, you still gonna get salvation, man. Right? Even if that's your lot, or that's, the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua for you to lay down your life and be faithful unto death. No, hey, that's your... Either way, you gonna still get salvation, man. The dead in Mashiach shall rise first, man. You still gonna get salvation. So what's the point of using one of Esau's blessing to protect yourself, or even to live longer in a messed up world, like in the midst of people dying, people getting put in concentration camps? Why would you want to even use a gun in those days during martial law and Jacob's troubles, and soldiers roaming the streets looking to kill, slaughter anybody? You really think you really want to survive that, man? You really want to protect yourself? And it takes me here too. Salakia, bear with me while I pull out this preset. Go to the book of Mark. Alright, this is the book of Mark, chapter 8, verse 35. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. And in the midst of that meditation, I had a feeling like that. Why am I trying to save my life with a carnal weapon? I'd rather be prepared to lay down my life and be faithful unto death, and be set and fixed on being faithful all the way and enduring all the way unto the end. Whether it's on my death, or whether I see and never taste death, man, if it's the will of the Most High. Whether it's those two, one of those two, it don't matter. No, if it's the will of the Most High, then it shall be. Right? And I was just like, this is just vanity in this meditation on me trying to protect myself with a carnal weapon. And I thought back on the scripture too. I'm trying to save my life. You trying to save your life, you gonna lose it, man. Or I done, protect myself. Gotta kill. Then what? Hey, you may lose it, man. And I thought, I'd rather just, put down this gun, put all my faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And this is for you brothers who putting your faith in guns, man. Putting your faith in weapons. Hey, even putting your faith in food, man, or resources, man. These things is not gonna assist or comfort you or even help you in those days, man. Only Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua will. Right? I'd rather get assisted or help by way of spiritual, by way in things spiritual, than by way of carnal, man. I'd rather some spiritual help me than a carnal thing help me, man. I'd rather be protected by some spiritual than some carnal, man. So, whosoever shall save his life shall lose it, man. It says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it. So if you ready to lose your life for Yahweh's sake and for the gospel's, then you shall save it, man. Let me read it again. It says, but whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it, man. Right, so be prepared and be fixed on being fixed on enduring unto the end and never being moved. Whether it's you have to face death, whether it's you have to be persecuted and be put to death for this thing. Man, be fixed on being faithful and endure all the way till your head get chopped off, whatever, man. All the way to the time you get your head chopped off, or you get decapitated. Be fixed and set on that, man. Endure unto your end. Whether it's you never seeing death all the way to the end, to the time you see Yahushua. Right? Or it's you enduring to the time. You enduring, meaning you being faithful to the time you have to be put to death, man. That's what it means to be faithful unto death. Still being rooted, even if you have to face death. Right? So this for the brothers who put in your faith in a gun, man, thinking you're going to be saved and protected and preserved from the sword because you have guns and ammos, man. Because you valiant in war, or you mighty in war, man. Hey, the mighty is going to fall in these days, man. Hey, the trained, the veterans, the men who have experience in war, even men that went to war, is going to be dying in those days, man. And it's dumb. It's sottish to even believe or think you going to last or be protected because you got guns and you ready to use it in these last days. Hey, put all your faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. Because ultimately, Esau, Edom, these soldiers is going to be the Lord's sword, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is going to control the steps of these soldiers to execute vengeance upon the wicked. These soldiers is going to just be used for like puppets, man, to execute vengeance, man, judgment on the wicked. All right, let's get another precept. All right, let's go to the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 12. Right? Right, this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 12. Wherefore Yahushua also, that he might sanctify the people with his own blood, suffered without the gate. And Yahushua, he suffered without the gate, man. Nobody was with him. They all scattered. The disciples, they scattered when the multitudes were coming to grab on Yahushua to, give him into the hands of the Romans, that will lead on to his death. They all scattered. Yahushua, he suffered without the gate. He went through this alone. He got whipped, spat on, smacked alone. With no weapons, even though thousands and thousands of angels were in his command. If he asked his father, man, he could have used these angels, but he knew that the scriptures had to be fulfilled. And it's another thing that has to be fulfilled also, which is martyrs and the blood of saints in the land of America, being faithful unto death. That has to be fulfilled. Brothers have to be martyrs in these last days. That has to be fulfilled. And it's going to be fulfilled. It speaks about those being martyrs, or the blood of martyrs, or the blood of saints being found in Babylon the Great. That has to be fulfilled, man. Meaning those that lay down their life for this faith. That has to be fulfilled. And hey, if it's the Lord's will, hey, accept that, man. If that's one of you, accept that, man. Don't try to save your life, man. Trying to use carnal weapons. Don't try to save your life. Hey, if it's the Lord's will, Lord willing, man. Lord willing that we make it to see the Son of Man. Right, but if we have to lay down our life, then it shall be. Because those that are dead in Mashiach, those that lay down their life and have been put to death, they are going to be the ones that's going to be raised up first when Yahushua come. They're going to be the ones that get those bodies first than the ones that, are alive. It tells you that in Thessalonians, if I'm not mistaken. Right, it says, let us go forth therefore unto him without the camp, bearing his reproach. All right, let us go forth, man. Let us drink up that cup alone, man. Let's bear his reproach, man. Let's go in the same manner of, if it's our lot, or if it's the Lord's will that we have to lay down our life and lose our life for this thing, for this faith, then so be it, man. Let us bear that reproach. Right? That's why Yahushua said unto those brothers, loosely paraphrasing, can you drink of the cup that I drink of? Right? You gonna be able, going into it, are you gonna be able to drink of the cup or go through what Yahushua went through for salvation? Right? It says, for here have we no continuing city. And in this meditation, I had a feeling of realization of even I got a gun. I just escaped the sword. I had a realization, in this meditation of martial law, when I was in martial law, of, hey, is this what I'm going to be doing? All the way till what? To that time, till Yahushua come back? Hey, we don't have no continuous city here, man. This is not my world, man. Right, but we seek one to come. So would it look like me trying to protect myself by my own will, or by my own power, by my own might, by ways of carnal weapons, trying to protect myself with carnal weapons, by my own might? And I'm not doing that, man. Right? And you, Jakes, I'm not putting my faith in no gun, man. And no carnal weapon. Right? Let's get another precept. Let's get the book of Mark, chapter 8, verse 35. Right, Salaki, bear with me. Nah, Salaki, I'm ready to get John, chapter 18, verse 3. Right, this is the book of John, chapter 18, verse 3. Judas then, having received a band of men, and this is going into another account, or basically going back to this same time when the multitudes and Judas were going to betray Yahushua and take hold of him and give him into the hand of, the Romans, which will lead onto his death. Right, it says, Judas then, having received a band of men and officers from the chief priests and Pharisees, cometh thither with lanterns and torches and weapons. Yahushua therefore, knowing all things that should come upon him. So like I said, Yahushua knew what had to be fulfilled. Yahushua knew that he had to drink up that cup. Yahushua knew that this was all, what was going to happen to him. He knew it already, man. And that's the same with us. We know the scriptures, man. We know the prophecies, man. We know that brothers is going to have to lay down their life for this truth, man. And be fixed on enduring and be faithful unto the end. Whether it's death, man. Being fixed into enduring all the way till your head getting decapitated. Or being faithful unto death, man. Endure unto it, man. Endure unto the end. Because everyone else has their own different versions of end. Whether you never going to see death, or you're going to have to lay down your life. Right? Endure unto the end. And be faithful unto death. That goes hand in hand. Enduring unto the end and being faithful unto death. That's go hand in hand for an individual in his truth. It says, Yahushua therefore, knowing all things that should come upon him, went forth and said unto them, Whom seek ye? They answered him, Yahushua of Nazareth. Yahushua saith unto them, I am he. And Judas also, which betrayed him, stood with them. It says, As soon then as he had said unto them, I am he, they went backward and fell to the ground. Then asked he them again, Whom seek ye? And they said, Yahushua of Nazareth. Yahushua answered, I have told you that I am he. If therefore ye seek me, let these go their way, that the saying might be fulfilled which he spake of them which thou gavest me, have I lost none. Then Simon Peter, and this going into the same act, when Simon Peter cut off the man's ear trying to protect Yahushua. Then Simon Peter, having a sword, drew it, and smote the high priest's servant, and cut off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. Then said Yahushua unto Peter, Put up thy sword into the sheath. Right, so man, don't use no carnal weapon, man. The scriptures has to be fulfilled, man. The Most High will has to be done. Right? It says, Then said Yahushua unto Peter, Put up thy sword into the sheath. The cup which my Father hath given me, shall I not drink it? So we all, and I'm gonna get this too. So basically Yahushua says, shall I not drink it? Shall I not drink it? And the Lord gave him that cup. That was the Lord's will to him, for him to lay down his life for us, man. For our transgressions. He were wounded for our transgressions. That has to be fulfilled, man. Isaiah chapter 53 has to be fulfilled, man. So we are able to repent and get redemption, man, and remission of sins, thanks to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. That has to be fulfilled. And that's the same with us, right? Not the same, but going into that cup, we have a cup also for the brothers in this truth. We must go through much tribulation in order to get the kingdom of heaven, man. Right? Shall not we get drink of the cup, man? If you want the kingdom of heaven, if you want salvation, you're gonna have to go through it, man. It's not gonna be smooth like butter, man. Right? I'm gonna add on that cup and what it means. Right? Let's go to the book of Mark, chapter 10, verse 35. Right, this is the book of Mark, chapter 10, verse 35. And James and John, the son of Zebedee, which the disciples, man, can't come unto him, saying, Master, we would that thou shouldest do for us whatsoever we shall desire. And he said, so they actually basically requiring of the Lord for something. And he said unto them, What will ye that I should do for you? They said unto him, Grant unto us that we may sit one on thy right hand and the other on thy left hand in thy glory. So that's what they was asking of the Lord. Right? It says, But Yahushua said unto them, Ye know not what ye ask. Can ye drink of the cup that I drink of? Right? So Yahushua said, can you drink of the cup that I drink of, man? Right? Not word for word, but is you willing to go through what he went through? Is you willing to get despised, persecuted, hated, having to lay down your life? Are you willing to go through these things and do these things that Yahushua went through and did? Are you willing to get persecuted by the hands of men, like Yahushua was persecuted by the Romans, man, getting slew upon a tree, right? Getting smacked. Are you willing to drink of that cup that he drank of, man? You know not what you ask, man. Because through much tribulation, we must enter into the kingdom of God, man. We have to go through it in order to get that, man. We have to go through the stresses and tribulation in order to get that. And in this meditation, I knew it, man. I knew I have to probably lay down my life or be given into that nets of evil men or be given into the hand of evil men and lay down my life. I knew that that was the cup that I have to drink of in order to get the kingdom of heaven. And I had, a feeling that me protecting myself with a gun and trying to put my faith in a gun to save my life, that probably was not the way. Right? So in my meditation, I was thinking, when I was, in that meditation of how I was in, basically a simulation of what I was in martial law. I had a feeling of putting my gun down and just leaving it, going about without it, man. It says, but Yahushua said unto them, ye know not what ye ask. Can ye drink of the cup that I drink of? Right? Is you willing to drink of the cup that he drunk of, man? Is you willing to lay down your life like he laid down his life for us? Are you willing to lay down your life for him now? Are you willing to be given into or being put into the hands of these damn madmen of Esau, Edom, and getting decapitated for this thing? Probably getting all manner of things done onto you, man. Right? Are you willing to get shot down for this faith, man? Right? Are you willing to do that, man? Are you willing to keep the faith all the way onto the end? Are you willing to bless Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai in your last few seconds on this earth, having that breath? It says, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with. And, I say, are you willing to do that, man? And I say, Lord willing, always say Lord willing, man. Lord willing, I be able to make it and never see death. If it's the Lord's will, man. Lord willing, I be able to see the Son of Man. Lord willing, he come and heal me. Lord willing, I be in them chariots, man. I be picked up in them chariots, man. Lord willing, those angels are coming to gather me, and I'm a part of them that shall be gathered. Lord willing, I'm a part of the elect. And they said unto him, we can. And Yahushua said unto them, ye shall drink of the cup that I drink of, and with the baptism that I am baptized withal shall ye be baptized. And I'm going to go on account on James. Right? Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, go to the book of Acts. Right? This is the book of Acts, chapter 12, verse 2. Now, about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hand to vex certain of the church. Now, James agreed, man. To, yeah, we can. That's what they said. We can drink of that cup. Right? Now, look at this. It says, and he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. So he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. The same man that was requiring of the Lord of, being sat on one of the hands of Yahushua. And Yahushua, can ye drink of the cup? Can ye drink that I drink of? And they said, we can. And James, reading that account, James, he drunk of the cup. I'm ready to read it again. And he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And that's one of the persecutions of one of the apostles, man. And I tell you now, James was an apostle, was a disciple, man. And I say he was faithful to death. Right? And James, he laid down his life for Yahushua. He was faithful unto death. And soon he shall get salvation, man. James was a righteous man, faithful unto Yahweh Shai, all the way unto his death. And the same we shall be, man. If that's what the Lord got for us, man. If it's the Lord will, then we have to do that then. But if it's the Lord's will, then we never see death and get picked up in those chariots. Right? No. This is the book of Acts chapter 14, verse Salakia. Acts chapter 14. And we got always pray that we be able to see and be saved and protected during Jacob's troubles and the perilous things that shall come upon, the perils that shall come upon the earth. Right? If you pray and if it's the Lord's will, you shall never see death. And if it's the Lord's will, Lord willing, I shall never see death. This is Acts chapter 14, verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of God. Before salvation, we have to go through it, man. Before honor is humility. We have to go through that humility process, man. Being put low. Right, because a lot of prophets, a lot of our people beat, hurted, and stoned a lot of the prophets, man. A lot of the prophets had to get beaten, stoned, killed for this faith, man. And we gotta go, and that's humility. They lowered themselves. They humbled themselves, man. Right? Let's get another precept. John chapter 19, verse 8. Alright, this is the book of John, chapter 19, verse 8. When Pilate therefore heard that saying, he was the more afraid. And this is, during the time when Yahushua was given into the hands of dogs, which is the Romans. And Pilate's a Edomite, which was, a Roman governor, I think. A general, I don't know what rank he was, but basically our people at that time gave him into the hands of the Romans, because the Romans were over the Jews in Jerusalem at that time. It says, when Pilate therefore heard that saying, he was more, and this was when Yahushua was in these men's hands, right? He was the more afraid, and meaning in the men's hands, being ready, being put to, being persecuted by these people, man. That was the time. That was before the time Yahushua was ready to be persecuted, right? But John chapter 19, verse 9, it says, and went again into the into the judgment hall, and said unto Yahushua, whence art thou? But Yahushua gave him no answer. Then said Pilate unto him, speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee, and have power to release thee? So Pilate basically telling him that he think he got power to kill him or to let him go. That's what Yahushua said, though. It says, Yahushua answered, thou couldst have no power at all against me, except they were given thee from above. So, Esau, Edom, and remember, man. And this, I'm going to use this precept for our learning. For the brothers who put in their faith in guns, you don't got to do that. You don't got to put your faith in guns, man. You don't got to use no carnal weapon. Do the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Put your faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Increase in wisdom and knowledge, and attend unto this doctrine. Believe in Yahushai. right? Because everything is in the hands of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right, let me read it again. Thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above. So Esau, Edom have no power against us, man, except it were given to him from above. Right, so remember, like I said, Esau, Edom is a puppet, man. He's like a chess piece that's, doing somebody else's will. Or doing somebody else, or what somebody else want, man. And what I mean by that is Esau, Edom is going to be used to execute vengeance upon the wicked, man. So basically, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is controlling Esau to kill the wicked in these days, man. It says, therefore, he that delivered me unto thee have the greater sin. But I'm gonna get this precept to add on that, and I'm gonna make it make sense, right? To make me make sense. But let's get this book of Psalms. Right, Salaki, bear with me. Let me get this. All right, let's get the book of Psalms. And why? I'm gonna add on that, matter of fact. I ain't gonna say nothing until I add on it. Make it make sense. All right, Salah, you bear with me while I pull up this precept. Right, this is the book of John. I mean, not the book of John, but the book of Psalms, chapter 17, verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So remember, man, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, has complete and all manner of authority and power over everything, man. Everything is under him, man. He has all power and authority, man. So this is the Lord's story. This is his movie. So if it's his will for you to be saved and to be protected from the sword, then that shall happen. Right, because it's going to be brothers who going to make it all the way to the end and never see death. Right, because what? For the brothers who, who's appointed to never seeing death and shall be saved, it could be a soldier. And you in the cut. Matter of fact, let's say this. It could be a soldier looking smack at you that's willing to kill. But he go about his other way. If it's the Lord's will that shall happen, then it's gonna happen, man. Right? You have in movies, you got characters that save from the sword. Right? You have characters who's escape death. And that's why you gotta put your faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and pray that he help you escape death, that he help you escape the sword, because he's the one that's controlling or has authority and power over all men of the earth. Right? So, put your faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? And it says, let me get another precept. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 11. know, Isaiah chapter 11 verse. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 11 verse 5. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, which is Esau Edom, and the staff in their hand is my indignation. So the Lord is going to use Esau Edom to execute vengeance upon the wicked, the rebellious people that rebelled against his commandments. Right? Let's get the book of Matthew chapter 24. Verse 13. This is the book of Matthew chapter 24 verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So endure unto your end. Everyone has an end. Whether it's you laying down your life, endure unto that end. Be faithful unto that end. Be faithful unto death. Or whether it's you rocking out all the way till Yahweh Shai come back, man. Having to escape this world for, a couple of days. I don't know how long Jacob's troubles shall be. Right? Endure unto your end. Endure unto the end. Because everyone has their end. Everyone has a time when they clock out. Some clock out. Some gonna make it all the way unto the end. Endure all the way to the end, man. Right? Let me get Revelation chapter 2 verse 10. This Revelation chapter 2 verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, which is Esau Edom. Don't fear the things that you gonna suffer, man. But Esau Edom, he's gonna cast a lot of us into prison. A lot of, which is, going to be concentration camps set up in America, holding places, if you will, that's going to hold people where a lot of death is going to happen at. Right? It says, basically what they did to a lot of them fake Jews over there. When that, the Holocaust happened, there was concentration camps set up, man. Where I don't know if that's, what you, call them, but yeah, I'm going to call them concentration camps. And you could say holding places. But a lot of death is going to happen in these concentration camps. Right? But you got to be faithful to death. Don't fear the things that you're going to suffer, man. It says that ye may be tried. Going into the word tried, it goes into tested. Right? So you're going to be tried, man. Like gold in a fire. It says that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death. So be faithful all the way unto your end. Be faithful unto death. Right? And a death is an end. Right? And everyone has their own end. Whether it's you making it all the way till you see Yahweh Shai come back, or if you have to, be faithful unto death. If you have to lay down your life for this faith. It says, and I will give thee a crown of life. So endure unto the end, man. Be faithful unto death. Be faithful all the way unto your end. Endure unto your end. Right? Right? And this is an account of one of the men of the Lord that were faithful unto death. It says, I know thy works and where thou dwellest. Verse 13. Revelation 2 verse 13. I know thy works and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is. And this is Yahweh Shai speaking, right? It says, and thou holdest fast my name, and hast not denied my faith, even in those days wherein Antipas was a man that was in his truth. He was a saint. He was in the truth. He was a part of the church, man. He believed in Yahweh Shai. He hold fast the name of Yahweh Shai. It says, even in those days, wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr. Martyr meaning laying down your life. Right? Let me look up the word martyr real quick. Put to death. Put to death. right? To be a martyr is to be put to death, right? So a lot of us, a lot of brothers that's in this truth, that's, seeking salvation. Hey, you may have to be put to death for this thing. And, don't take it as a bad thing, because you're going to still get salvation. You're going to be raised first. You're going to see the glory first, man. It says, even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr. So Antipas was, he was put to death. But going into it, Antipas was burned in a grievous way. In a grievous way, man. If you look in it, right, Antipas was either burnt or boiled, one of those two. I think he was burnt in a brazen bull, right? Going into, I'm gonna look it up, but it says, who was slain among you where Satan dwelleth, right? I'm gonna look it up right now. Right, Salaki, bear with me. Right, while I pull it up right now, I got in my camera rolls. Right, it says, so basically he was burnt in a metal like brazen bull, and there was fire under this bull. I'm gonna show you the little pic right now. Right, he was burnt kind of in the same fashion or similar fashion, man. Right, and this was a faithful martyr. Right, but going into, I'm ready to get these last few precepts. Psalm chapter 112, verse 6. This is Psalm chapter 112, verse 6. Surely he shall not be moved forever. The righteous shall be in everlasting remembrance. He shall not be afraid of evil tidings. So when martial law activate, or Jacob troubles, it has activated. Don't be moved, man. When the soldiers marching through the breath of the land, don't be moved, man. Don't be afraid, man. It says his heart is fixed, trusting in the Lord. So have your heart fixed. Fixed meaning to be matter of fact, let me look up the word fix. Then we're gonna continue on. It says fixed, to be firm, stable, or be established. Right, to prepare or be ready. So whatever the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, whether it's you being faithful unto death or you being put to death, be fixed on being faithful unto death. If that's your lot, then let it be so. Or if it's you, either way, just be fixed, man. Be fixed on enduring unto the end. Being fixed on being faithful unto death. Endure. Be fixed on that. Have your heart fixed on enduring unto the end. Whatever you're in, whatever type of tribulation or type of persecution you have to go through, be fixed on enduring unto the end. It says, trusting in the Lord. It says, his heart is established. He shall not be afraid until it says his heart is established. He shall not be afraid. So don't be afraid, man. Because either way, You gonna get salvation, man, if you do the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. It says, until he see his desire upon his enemies. So we gonna see our desire upon our enemies. For the brothers, who are in this truth, and they got late and they, been put to death for this faith, they still gonna see the desire upon their enemies. Or you make it all the way onto the end and see Yahushua arrival. Hey, we still gonna see the desire upon our enemies, man. Man, this just... Let me get Psalm chapter 66. This is the last precepts I'm already going to. Verse 9. Psalm chapter 66, verse 9. Right? It says, which holdeth our soul in life, and suffereth not our feet to be moved. For thou, O God, hast proved us. So the Most High is going to prove us. He's going to try us. He's going to test us, man. Whether it's persecution, he's going to try us. Whether it's affliction, he's going to try us or try to test us. Whether it's temptation, he's going to test us. Whether it's us being put or given into the hand of Esau, Edom, and they saying, hey, take the chip implant or be put to death. Hey, he probably gonna test us with that. Probably. Hey, they saying denounce your faith or stop believing in your God and believe in the system. Hey, he's gonna probably test us with that. You never know what's how we gonna be tested, man. We gonna be tried, man. It says, for thou, O God, has proved us. Thou hast tried us as silver is tried. Thou brought it, right? So as silver is tried, we gonna be tried. As gold is tried in the fire, we gonna be tried, man. That fire meaning affliction, persecution, distresses. Right? It says, thou broughtest us into the net. What that net is talking about? Hey, a lot of us is going to be put into concentration camps, prisons, holding places, man. It says, thou laidest affliction upon our loins. It says, thou hast caused men to ride over our heads. We went through fire and through water. So, hey, what those men being riding over our heads? Meaning these soldiers, martial law. We might be one of those people being put in concentration camps. And we gotta be tried and tested. And Lord willing, we pass, man. It says we went through fire and through water, which is, ultimately that straight gate that we have to enter into to get life. That fire and that water represents that tribulation we have to go through in order to get the kingdom of heaven, in order to get salvation. Right? That fire and that water on one side, and there's a straight gate that we have to go through. If you fall on the right side and you fall in the water, you fall on the left side and you fall in the fire. It's tribulation we have to go through. It says, we went through fire and through water, but thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. So we have to go through that straight gate where fire is on one side and water on the other side, which is, we have to go through much tribulation, persecution, and affliction and tribulation to even get salvation. We have to go through it, man. And that wealthy place, let me read it again. But thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. What is that wealthy place? The kingdom of heaven, man. Salvation. The holy city, man. That's that wealthy place. So, hey, it's either you gonna go through that straight and narrow way, that straight and narrow path, where afflictions and persecutions and tribulation is, or you don't. If you don't, then you ain't gonna get salvation. You have to go through that straight gate in order to get salvation. It's not gonna be easy. Like Acts chapter 14 verse 22. Through much tribulation we must enter into the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, man. Loosely paraphrasing. Right, so Shalom and Barakatham to the 12 tribes of Israel. And the Most High Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai is holy, true, and good, and just, and righteous, forevermore, and always. And Barakatham to the 12 tribes of Israel, and Barakatham to those who are believing and attending unto this doctrine, and Shalom to you that believe in Yahweh Shai.